This is X. St. Anderson, and welcome today to the Principal Podcast. Today, I am thrilled to have with me Boyd Stephensen. Boyd Stephensen is my friend. He's been my friend for a long time. I've known him in a former neighborhood we lived in. One of the reasons I wanted to have Boyd Stephensen on our podcast today, by the way, I got to mention also as well, he's the owner of his own business and where he serves people and helps people with his appliance repair business. But the reason I wanted to have Boyd on this show today is because throughout the years, I have been touched and I've felt that he has shown me such a good example of how to serve other people. In fact, my life is much better because I've known Boyd Stephensen. He has been an example to me about caring and showing service to people and being the first one to step up and serve people. So, Boyd, thank you for being on the show today. Welcome.
Next scene, it's an honor to be here, bud. What an introduction to me. I wanted to go the other way around so I could tell them how awesome you were.
Well, Boyd's really humble like this. And he's always trying to focus the good on others, which is one of the reasons why I have him on the show. I wanted to tell you how I met Boyd. I had this problem with a little trailer that goes behind a bike, and I was trying to figure it out. And Boyd happened to live in my neighborhood. I didn't know him, and before I knew it, he was there helping me fix this trailer on the bike that I had, and I wasn't very good, and he helped me do it. And from that time, we became friends. We became friends because Boyd reached out to me, not because I reached out to Boyd. And I've been forever grateful for that. Tell me, Boyd, what is it that you think about service? Like, tell us, how did you learn to do this? I've seen you do this with dozens of people all over the place. How did you learn to do this?
You know, the best example I've had in my life is my mother. She would always serve other people regardless of what she did. And she made me exactly who I am today. So I can thank my mother for that. I'm just aware of other people. Try to stay alert and find out if there's need for people. I do it on the street, driving down the road. I do it to complete strangers, walking down the street, or a car broken down or something. And it's just it's a natural thing. I don't even have to question it, think about it, or worry about it. I just do it. And you know, my best example was Jesus Christ, as he served other people on this earth. So.
Oh, I love that. I love how you gave credit to Jesus Christ, how you gave credit to your mom. Tell us how your mom kind of instilled this in you.
It was just example. You know, she just did it for other people. She drove people to the airport and they'd want money, or they would give her money, and she said, "No, I just want to help you out. You need that extra money for other things." She'd give me the last dollar that she had, or $5 or whatever, to get gas or something. My mother was just so giving and caring individual that I can't let her example go away or not be in my life.
I love that. Now, I happen to know this, but many of our listeners may not. Your mom has been passed away for some time, correct?
Yeah, back in 2012.
2012. And yet her influence on you, she set the example for you to serve. And I know it's blessed my life. I'm your friend now, lucky enough to be your friend. Many other people, I've seen people all over the neighborhood where we used to live who were so grateful that you would help. In our neighborhood, you had a reputation of being, here's the guy who can help people. And I love how you give credit to her and to Jesus Christ, but it seems like her influence, even though she's passed away over 11 years ago, is still living through you today and right now. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah. The thing is, in life, you don't know what you do for other people, regardless of how many times you do it for them, or just do it for that one time. So if you are caring and you love other people, and you want to see how Christ sees other people, love them. Respect
Man, I
them.
love that.
Make sure
Well,
you know that they're important in your life. And I don't really do this for acclimate. Don't really. I'm really right now kind of like in awe that you've asked me to come and join your podcast and stuff, just because I'm just an average, ordinary guy living life. I'm, I don't really see myself as extraordinary, as serving other people or what my example has set. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what I've done for other people because I just do it. I don't question it. I don't think about it. I don't ask for the reward. I go through my whole neighborhood and use shovel my driveway. Might be the brotherhood bond here in Utah. I don't know, but I just do it just because it needs to be done. I don't think about it.
And I have experienced that myself. I just for those of our viewers here, listeners here, it wasn't just my bike trailer. Boyd, without asking, he's been over at my house helping me with my sprinklers. He's helped me with my fence. He's helped me try to fix a refrigerator. He's helped me move a bunch of stuff. He's helped me in countless ways. And I feel like I just need to shed light on someone who you describe yourself as average and ordinary. But in my experience, I have met zero people who have been serving others as well as you. And I want to shine a spotlight on you, Boyd, today as being someone who I look up to, someone who I would like to be more like. And I think it's also important to think about your mom. You say you learned it from your mom, and how important it is for parents to realize that even that example we set will live far past the time we die, for good or for evil. And your mom's good example of serving, taking people to the airport, helping people has now blessed my life. It's blessed the life of my children many years after she's passed away. And that example of being a good parent is good. So I'd like to honor your mom as well, for her good example to you and how it's blessed mine and many other lives who I've seen you bless. Um,
I appreciate that. My mother. Uh, Speaking about,
tell us, yeah, tell us a little bit more about it.
I was gonna say, speaking of example, as she was raising 8 children, she went blind 10 years towards her passing away. So she also had to rely on a lot of people after she went blind, and that was the reason that I learned to serve and do the things I needed to do because she needed some help. As an 18-year-old, I was a little selfish kid where I was just want to do things I wanted to do.
Typical for 18-year-olds. A lot of us are. I was as well.
Exactly. And I didn't even see that. And then I had to go get a lot of different things that she asked me to do. And she needed help and stuff. And that the example of taking care of somebody that's blind or needs help, you're an angel to them because you're doing what they cannot do for themselves. And that's what changed me, is serving my mother when she was blind.
Wow. I just got to tell you that example has blessed so many people. I've seen it in our old neighborhood. I've seen it with myself. So grateful that your mom set that example. And for any of those parents out there who are listening right now, you may not think that your little things you do have a big impact on people. But the truth is, those little things you do, especially with your own children, as you can see, Boyd's been affected by his mom's great example, will ripple out. I'm sure they're affecting Boyd and his children. They've affected my children. They've affected dozens and dozens of people that I know who know Boyd. And our example, what we do in our own homes, I believe will have more powerful impact than anything we do outside our home. We may make a big business, we may make a lot of money, but the truth is that impact we have with our own children and our own home is the strongest. And I can see it with you and your mom right now as her example and your choice to follow her example. You and your mom's choice there is affecting lots of people.
I was just going to say, same. The effective example has changed my kids. Sometimes I'll go and shovel people's driveways out in the snow with my kids. And I think that's an important thing that you need to understand, that as you show your kids what to do as serving other people, they understand what that means.
I
So
love that.
if you're going to go serve somebody, take your children with you. Have them help out. Go ahead.
No, I love that. I love that. But use the best way to teach people, example, and take them with you. Go shovel some walks with your kids. What a great idea.
Yeah, I've taken people to help people move into places.
I love that.
So they understand the importance of helping other people. And, service itself, I would just say it's love. Down to love, because you're going out of your way, regardless if you're pushing a car out of the way, jump starting a car, anything and everything come to service. I mean, as you take care of kids, you're serving. As you go to work, you're serving. You don't understand what service actually means and what little tiny thing you can do for someone else. Baking a cake, walking over and talking to somebody that had a bad day, anything. It doesn't have to be actual, writing it down, or you don't have to record it, or you don't have to go online and go to just serve other people. You just do it. You don't need to be recorded for it. I believe Jesus talked about how he didn't want his actions recorded or boasted, right?
Right.
Where
I want you to know, for anybody listening here, Boyd did not ask to be on my podcast. I asked Boyd to be on my podcast. He has been a good example of serving quietly. And the reason I wanted you to be on my podcast, so I hope you can let me praise you, Boyd, is because of the good difference that I've seen you make in many, many lives that I've seen personally, and I'm sure I've only seen a fraction of it. But you're right. If we do service to be seen of others, in other words, if we do it so we can boast and say, oh, look at me, I did this or this, that's the wrong reason. If we do service, as you're saying, Boyd, where it's to help others, even if you're not seen, you're right that we'll be rewarded openly by our Father in heaven, not by the world. And I think that was such a great point. And I hope you know that, like I said here, Boyd did not want to ask to be on my show. In fact, I've had to kind of prod you to be on the show, Boyd, to be on here. But I wanted to shine light on something that has been very meaningful in my life. And so thank you for being willing to join me today.
Yeah. No,
is there anything else? Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, is there anything else you feel like you could do to help your kids learn service as you've done with just taking them out? Any other ideas that can help our kids learn to be serviceable?
It starts in the home. It starts in the home. It starts with brother and sister reading books to each other. It starts with playing with your brothers and sisters, helping them organize things in the home, doing chores. If they are willing to work in their own home and help their siblings, then they'll be willing to work and help other people, because they already have it in their DNA, as you want to call it, to serve other people. One thing I was going to say is my mind went blank. But
well, let me just back up here while you're thinking about it. Your ability to serve others and teach your kids that, I am convinced, just because I've seen it. I know of no one else in my old neighborhood who was helping people as much as you, and that's why I wanted to shine light on this. I've known nobody else who would be there helping people move, helping people fix something, helping people with this. And you, and I hope I'm not embarrassing you, I'm the one shining light. You're not tooting your own horn. No one else in the neighborhood, in that entire neighborhood, was known to serve people as much as you, and I want to give you credit for it, because I think it's a good example for all of us. So go ahead if you can remember what you were going to say.
I was just going to say I appreciate that. That's like I said, I don't understand what I do for other people. Sometimes I'm helping them and I don't expect anything in reward. So this kind